Be extremely subtle, even to the point of formlessness. Be extremely mysterious, even to the point of soundlessness. Thereby you can be the director of the opponent's fate. When you surround an army, leave an outlet free. Do not press a desperate foe too hard. The skillful tactician may be likened to the shuaijian. Now the shuaijian is a snake that is found in the Chan mountain. Strike at its head, and you will be attacked by its tail. Strike at its tail, and you will be attacked by its head. Strike at its middle, and you will be attacked by head and tail both. The quality of decision is like the well-timed swoop of a falcon, which enables it to strike and destroy its victim. Attack is the secret of defense. Defense is the planning of an attack. You have to believe in yourself. There are roads which must not be followed, armies which must not be attacked, towns which must not be besieged, positions which must not be contested, commands of the sovereign which must not be obeyed. Never venture, never win. Opportunities multiply as they are seized. In the midst of chaos, there is also opportunity. The opportunity of defeating the enemy is provided by the enemy himself. The good fighters of old first put themselves beyond the possibility of defeat, and then waited for an opportunity of defeating the enemy. To secure ourselves against defeat lies in our own hands, but the opportunity of defeating the enemy is provided by the enemy himself. Victory comes from finding opportunities in problems. Unhappy is the fate of one who tries to win his battles and succeed in his attacks without cultivating the spirit of enterprise, for the result is waste of time and general stagnation. What the ancients called a clever fighter is one who not only wins but excels in winning with ease. For to win 100 victories in 100 battles is not the acme of skill. To subdue the enemy without fighting is the acme of skill. Those who win every battle are not really skillful. Those who render others' armies helpless without fighting are the best of all. He wins his battles by making no mistakes. Engage people with what they expect. It is what they are able to discern and confirms their projections. It settles them into predictable patterns of response, occupying their minds while you wait for the extraordinary moment, that which they cannot anticipate. Bravery without forethought causes a man to fight blindly and desperately like a mad bull. Such an opponent must not be encountered with brute force, but may be lured into an ambush and slain. In battle, there are not more than two methods of attack, the direct and the indirect, yet these two in combination give rise to an endless series of maneuvers. Hence the saying, if you know the enemy and you know yourself, your victory will not stand in doubt. If you know heaven and you know earth, you may make your victory complete. If you know the enemy and know yourself, you need not fear the results of 100 battles. When the enemy is relaxed, make them toil. When full, starve them. When settled, make them move. To know your enemy, you must become your enemy. Build your opponent a golden bridge to retreat across. Those skilled in warfare move the enemy and are not moved by the enemy. Hold out baits to entice the enemy, feign disorder and crush him. Be where your enemy is not. He who is prudent and lies in wait for an enemy who is not will be victorious. It is easy to love your friend, but sometimes the hardest lesson to learn is to love your enemy. Do not swallow bait offered by the enemy. Do not interfere with an army that is returning home. Do not engage an enemy more powerful than you, and if it is unavoidable and you do have to engage, then make sure you engage it on your terms, not on your enemy's terms. For them to perceive the advantage of defeating the enemy, they must also have their rewards. It is more important to outthink your enemy than to outfight him. Do not press an enemy at bay. Those skilled at making the enemy move do so by creating a situation to which he must conform. They entice him with something he is certain to take, and with lures of ostensible profit, they await him in strength. Convince your enemy that he will gain very little by attacking you. This will diminish his enthusiasm. When your opponent gives you an opening, be swift as a hare. The whole secret lies in confusing the enemy so that he cannot fathom our real intent. If ignorant both of your enemy and yourself, you are certain to be in peril. Keep your friends close, your enemies even closer. Know thyself, know thy enemy. 1,000 battles, 1,000 victories. If you are far from the enemy, make him believe you are near. Thus, the expert in battle moves the enemy and is not moved by him. When envoys are sent with compliments in their mouths, it is a sign that the enemy wishes for a truce. We cannot enter into alliances until we are acquainted with the designs of our neighbors. Anger may in time change to gladness. Vexation may be succeeded by content, but a kingdom that has once been destroyed can never come again into being, nor can the dead ever be brought back to life. Prohibit the taking of omens, and do away with superstitious doubts then, until death itself comes, no calamity needs to be feared. If quick, I survive, if not quick, I am lost. This is death. If you fight with all your might, there is a chance of life, whereas death is certain if you cling to your corner. If the mind is willing, the flesh could go on and on without many things. There are not more than 5 musical notes, yet the combinations of these 5 give rise to more melodies than can ever be heard. There are not more than 5 primary colors, yet in combination, they produce more hues than can ever be seen. There are not more than 5 cardinal tastes, yet combinations of them yield more flavors than can ever be tasted. Plan for what is difficult while it is easy, do what is great while it is small. Wheels of justice grind slow but grind fine. Foreknowledge cannot be gotten from ghosts and spirits, cannot be had by analogy, cannot be found out by calculation. It must be obtained from people who know the conditions of the enemy. When the outlook is bright, bring it before their eyes, but tell them nothing when the situation is gloomy. Using order to deal with the disorderly, using calm to deal with the clamorous, is mastering the heart. Rewards for good service should not be deferred a single day.